Coming up on Mountain News this morning, miners who have been protesting in Harlan County say they are finally starting to see their work pay off. And people came together in Hyden to raise money for those affected miners in Leslie County. Plus, one emergency shelter in Pikeville is getting much needed donations from one local business.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
And good Wednesday morning to you. Today is August the 7th, and we have some rain moving into the area. Let's check in with Brandon Robinson now for a quick look at your forecast. Brandon?
Yes, sir. We're looking at some rain again in the eastern counties trying to push out, but we are watching a line down to the south near I-75 that could cause some wet conditions in parts of the area this morning. Let's take a look as we head over to the I-75 corridor back into Lake Cumberland now. That little line of cells starting to congeal there just to the west of Monticello, but for the most part, that's the only game in town for the moment. Sun's starting to come up here in Hazard outside the WYMT studios. Cloudy conditions for a lot of folks this morning. Could see some less cloudy spots, but we're seeing just a little bit of limited visibility in Harlan and up toward Moorhead this morning, areas where it's rained a little bit there and temperatures falling into the 60s pretty much area wide. There's a couple of spots still hanging on the 70s in Prestonsburg and in Pikeville. As we head through the daytime hours, though, we'll see those temperatures climb. 69 in Paducah right now, 69 Lexington, 67 in Charleston, and 65 in the Tri-Cities and Cincinnati. Almanac real quick for today. 81 your forecast high, 85 is the average, 92 the record set back on this day in 2007. So again, 40% chance of scattered showers and storms, and scattered is the word to remember as we head through the daytime hours, hopefully improving some a little bit later today. Neil?
All right, Brandon, I'm going to hold out for the 60% that it's not. So we now know the new owners of the Black Mountain and Lone Mountain mines after the second day of the Black Jewel bankruptcy hearing in Charleston, West Virginia. The judge approved the purchases by Copper Glow Mining. On top of that, Copper Glow Mining will pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in back pay to the Black Jewel miners. Miners who have been protesting say they are finally starting to see their work pay off. WYMT's Connor James was there when the miners heard the news.
Going on a week and a half along the tracks, the sale provided some answers for miners who've been left in the dark for nearly a month.
Been here all week and stuck it through, and you know, it's a victory for us.
A handful of miners who have been protesting since the beginning say Copper Glow's purchase is a win for them. Copper Glow said they would put up $450,000 of the $2.5 million miners are owed. Miners will also receive $550,000 during the next 2 years.
We're still owed money, and we're still going to stand until something is promised, something is set in stone, written on paper that we're going to be taken care of.
There's still a lot of questions left unanswered, like will they return to work? Until they see a check, though, these miners say they won't move.
They come to us with proof of what they're going to do, and they stand up to what they're going to do, then, you know, our stand here will be over finally. But, you know, it's a wonderful feeling.
But throughout the last month and the foreseeable future, one thing resonates with these men and their families.
You know, the support shown, we could never thank each and every one of you all.
Yeah.
Anybody that watches or knows or hears, we could never thank anyone enough for the support and the donations that's been given throughout this whole entire process.
The backing they have behind their cause. In Harlan County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the sale is not final until the company goes through the proper paperwork and documentation along with other background work. Attorneys say the miners do have priority lien on the $6 million purchase, which gives them the chance to get further compensation other than the $1 million Copper Glow has promised. Leslie County supported Black Jewel miners last night with a car wash and hot dog sale. Leslie County Sheriff Billy Collett knows many of these miners and decided to host the car wash along with the Hyden Police Department. Collett called on his department to come wash the cars. Even a couple of Leslie County Black Jewel miners stepped in to help. All the proceeds will go to the 84 Black Jewel miners in that county.
We're just asking for a donation, and you know, we're getting $20 from most people, so it's really good to see the community turning out the way they have.
They raised more than $1,000 last night. More donations are expected by the end of the week. Another event in Knott County will help miners there. The event is this Saturday at Mine Made Paradise. You can ride your ATV for free and then make a donation of any amount. A $25 donation will get you a t-shirt. That same day, there will also be a clothing giveaway at the Sportsplex. Anthony Lewis, the man accused of killing Marlena Holland Hurt, appeared in district court for a preliminary hearing. Marlena's family attended that hearing and talked with WYMT's Katie Cook.
Not a day goes by without the parents of Marlena Holland Hurt facing the reality of life without a child.
I go home and look at her little pictures, cry night and day over my little girl.
And seeing their daughter's suspected killer in person does not make it any easier.
I love her so much, and I miss her so much.
Anthony Lewis appeared in court on Tuesday, choosing to waive his preliminary hearing, meaning his case will go to a grand jury.
I want justice for my baby.
During his first appearance in court, Lewis pleaded not guilty to the murder charge.
I want him dead.
This family saying nothing has been the same since the death of their daughter.
I went to his grave Sunday, laid down on some grave. I miss her so much.
Just hopeful that her killer will face justice sometime soon. In Perry County, Katie Cook, WYMT Mountain News.
The grand jury will decide whether to indict Lewis. It is unclear when the panel might hear that case. A foot chase led to a dangerous situation in Martin County overnight. Just after midnight, police saw 42-year-old Marlene Evans staggering on the Kermit Bridge. When they attempted to talk to her, she climbed onto the bridge and tried to jump. Deputies and the coroner were able to catch her and pull her back. That's when they say she threatened to kill them, resisted arrest, had to be pepper sprayed, and then assaulted officers even after being handcuffed. She faces a host of charges. A fourth teenager was arrested in an animal abuse case out of Laurel County. Deputies say 18-year-old Noah Blevins, seen here, was arrested last night. He faces multiple charges, including torture of a dog that resulted in death. Investigators say he and 3 other teams filmed the torture of the dog last week. That dog was later found dead. Blevins was taken to the Laurel County Detention Center. The future of the Pineville Hospital is further in limbo after the city decided to back out of helping fund the healthcare facility. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talked to city council members about that decision.
Losing the Pineville Community Hospital has been a fear in Pineville for several months.
People need it. It's an important need. People get sick. They must have physicians.
Tuesday was once again supposed to be the deadline for bids in the auction of the Pineville Community Hospital.
With that being said, it takes a lot of money to operate the hospital daily,
which posed an issue for the city council. The same day, the city council decided it is no longer feasible to continue to operate the hospital without any further assurances or being able to own the hospital.
just because of the reassurances that they may keep pushing this sale on and try to give the highest bidder a chance.
Councilmember Ben Maiden says the city just hopes that the highest bidder will fulfill the dream that the city had when they stepped in to bid themselves.
All in all, hopes is that this group comes through and they're the best group that could ever run the hospital. That could again turn back into being the biggest employer of this community.
Maiden says the city wishes nothing but the best for the highest bidder and hopes they will do as much as the city has to keep the hospital up and running. In Bell County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
We will keep you up to date on any changes in the hospital auction. The West Care Emergency Shelter in Pikeville is getting some much needed donations. Since May, State Farm agent TJ Hurst has raised more than money for one nonprofit organization each month. Now, the program is called Quotes for Good. So far, Hurst has given more than $2,000 to local organizations. Anna Wakeland with the shelter says this time of year is when the shelter needs donations the most.
These are the things that the community is what brings all those donations in. So for him to contact us and do this is amazing.
So far this month, they have raised nearly $300 for the shelter. The office hopes to donate around $1,000 before the end of the month. Pike County substitute teachers will see more income. It comes after 27 years of stagnated pay. Previously, substitute teachers received $65 after each day of work. Now they will get $85. Superintendent Reed Adkins says the Board of Education hires each sub carefully.
Yeah, and what we try to do, we try to find people that are what we call highly qualified. They're actually certified in the area that they're going to be substituting in.
Many school districts struggle to find teachers. Some will rely on others to teach classes. This is one reason for the upgrade. Another is to compete with other districts surrounding Pike County. Pike County students return to school tomorrow.
Well, some soggy conditions for parts of the area this morning. Others a little bit dry, at least for now. Let's take a look at Live Pinpoint Doppler radar, and you can see a broken line of showers and storms going through parts of Jackson County, Laurel County, and down into Campbell County in East Tennessee. Most of the heavier bulk of rain up near Charleston and Parkersburg in West Virginia, but we are watching some cells that are coming together near Lake Cumberland there down toward Monticello and Wayne County. Beautiful start to the day on Buffalo Mountain this morning. Just a few clouds there in the distance, and some folks may wake up with some sunshine early, but again, as those showers and storms come through, those clouds will come with them. So dreary conditions through parts of the day today. 60s across the entire area now. Everybody's dropped out of the 70s, but still close there at Jackson, Prestonsburg, and Pikeville. And so it's a few degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday morning. The only spot that's cooler is Moorhead, just because they got that heavy rain in the overnight hours. Your AppCast, you can download that for free in all the app stores for your phone and tablet. You can see those chances for scattered showers and storms around through much of the day, and temperatures only getting into the low 80s. Neil?
Thank you, Brandon. It's now 6 minutes after 8. Thanks for joining us for Mountain News this morning. I said 6 minutes after 8. It's 7 minutes after 6. People are looking back at the life of one longtime former firefighter who died this weekend. And 25 veterans from across the state were added to the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame.